Hey guys, what's up? Okay, today we'll be adding some action buttons. Well, what are action buttons, you're probably asking? Well, they do things like open up new activities, which is pretty sweet, which we learned how to do in the last tutorial. This is all going to connect. So, we're going to go back into that project we created in the last tutorial, back into that application. And over here in the file tree, make sure you're under Android up here. Go down to menu, main, XML. Just double click that. I already have it open over here. So we open this up and we're like, oh, it's a menu. Okay, well that's pretty cool. So if you go over here and you hit return, you see, oh, there's an item. It's kind of hidden. Don't know why they do that. It's actually really annoying. It's like, are you trying to hide that you have an item in here, or trying to hide the example or something? I don't know. Basically, this is default in your application. It just has a settings button. It'll do nothing. If we go to, let's see if it shows it. You know that you have that little vertical 3 dots right here. You can normally press and it pops up with a bunch of stuff. Well, settings is in there by default. So, action buttons will be over here with little icons, or inside that little 3-click thing that pulls down a list. But today we're just going to put them right here. So we go over here and it says show as action, never. Well, that means put it in the little 3-dot list that's right here. Sorry guys, I have kind of a sore throat. Anyways, so we're going to create a new item and we're going to give it an ID. And we'll call it Michael's item. Why not? Well, and then we'll create a title for it. Title, we'll call it sweet activity. I don't know. Sure. Because we're just gonna make it open up a new activity. By the way, close it. Forgot to do that to start with, really. Then we're gonna want to do Android show as action. We're gonna click always because for this app we're gonna always want it right here. And there's a problem. Okay, there we go. Change that to app. Sorry, that was my fault. And what do we want to do now? Oh, we want an icon. That's what we want. Because you're like, oh, well, what does this button do? You're like, oh, well, I'll show you what it does. Or, wait, no, yeah, kind of. Forget what I just said. Wow, pretty bad mess up. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, this is just looking for an image. Like, if you wanted this little icon to launch Google Maps, you'd probably put a map in there. But let's just see. I'm just going to go over here. I'm actually not going to look in the drawable. I have no pictures there. That's normally where you drop your pictures in. So I'm going to put map / IC launcher. Normally don't do that. You can see this is the little icon now, the green Android man. That's also your, what this is it's for your default app icon. Like when you're looking through your phone, every app has an icon. It's just the default app icon for all Android. We'll probably change that later, somewhere down the line. Okay, so there we go. Wait, hold on. I have to see. What is this at? Okay, I don't want you to go that far. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the main activity here. And this is actually pretty cool. I like this about Android. Right here, you know, we don't have to implement this. This already does it for us. Basically, this gets our menu. The menu, see this? This is a menu. Boom, right there. Don't even have to code. Some of you are like, thank the Lord. Okay. Well, basically, an inflator inflates the menu resource into a menu object. Those of you who know Java, I don't need to explain that to, and those of you who don't know Java, not going to explain that. Okay, so now we go down here, and on options item selected. Well, you probably have multiple things in this little bar right here, or the little, list view thing that pops up. So we don't want just one if statement, do we? Because that just doesn't make sense. We're going to have multiple things. We're going to do something called a switch statement. So we can actually, we'll use this, but so we're going to do switch. Switch is a keyword. And okay, well, what does that mean? Well, it's getting the item ID of the item you clicked on. Say you clicked on settings. So case r dot item. No, wait. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I don't do this very often, so I forget. Yeah, dot ID. What am I doing? Okay. Dot Michael's item. Then you're gonna want to do that. And at the bottom, we're gonna want to return true. Okay. So what do you want to happen when that little icon thing we made? Why is it called Michael's item? Well, we come back here. We named it Michael's item. Okay. So what do we want to happen when that's clicked? Well, let's create a method that launches a new activity. So right now we're just going to say open new activity. And that's right, because we don't have that activity yet. So we're going to go down here and we're going to do public void open new activity. It doesn't have to be called that. Call it whatever you want. Have fun with that. Okay, so you guys remember this from the past tutorials. We're just going to do intent, alt enter to import that. Intent equals new intent, this, comma, and we'll just do like, I don't know, sweet activity dot class. We haven't made that yet, of course, so gonna be an error. And we don't want to put any extra strings in it because it's just launching a new activity. You can if you want. Yeah, we don't have to. So we'll just do start activity and we'll throw in the intent there, which is pretty sweet. Okay. So basically, why use a switch statement instead of an if statement? Well, basically what is this saying? It's saying, okay, well, if it's the case where you clicked on the item with this ID in your menu, then do this. But you could have a switch. You could have way more. You could have case. Say you had another item. You could say case r.id dot Michael's, second item, and there you go. Or third item. What if you have 40? You don't want to write if statements that many times. So there you go. I guess we can open it if you want. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. It's not really. This isn't in this little tree thing. I'm just kind of building on top of this. This is kind of a bad example because it doesn't really do anything. So I'm just kind of making it up as I go, but I'm teaching you what's in it. So let's create that new activity, and we're going to want to call it, sweet activity, blank activity, sweet activity, and we're going to want to make the parent the main activity. That way when you go into this sweet activity, you'll see that back arrow at the top, and when you hit it, it'll go back to the main activity. And you'll be able to see this in your manifest. Parent activity. This is just if you want to write it in code and you didn't do the parent thing, maybe you just missed it or clicked through it really fast. You can just add that. And let's go to the main error is gone now, of course. So let's just put something on the screen in this sweet activity. We'll just put a random theme. Doesn't matter. And I guess, sure, we'll just have hello world, because why not? So now when you click this button, it's gonna call the open new activity method. This method is here, we just made. It's gonna create an intent and it's gonna start the new activity. So there we go. We're done with this part of the tutorial. Sorry guys, I was kind of crazy today. I kept looking back at this thing. I didn't remember how far it wanted me to teach you. So yeah, that's it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching. We'll be back.